Change is something that I've always appreciated on my journey to self-growth and development. I've always told myself that I don't want to be the same person that I was 10 years ago. But the action of me just randomly waking up and telling myself, hey, I'm going to change today, has led to this repetitive cycle of me failing to reach my goals of self-growth. But these few steps that I'm about to fill you in on were able to help me reach this goal. The first thing is mindset. Now you also need to ask yourself, do you really want to do this? And if your answer is, maybe, or I just want to dip my toes, blah, blah, blah. If the answer is not yes or no, then yeah, it's not going to work out for you. Because this process is not to be half. The next thing you're going to do is to write a list of all the things you want to change. Now, you're going to take that list and you're going to choose at least 3 things that are extremely important for you to change, like now. Why am I doing this, you might ask? Well, just like in this video, I had to plan or to do a mind map. See? Ha! Bet that got your attention. But what I'm trying to emphasize is that planning is crucial. Now remember, it takes between 18 to 254 days to form a habit. If you constantly work on those 3 things you want to change for the amount of days it takes for you to form a habit, then your brain starts to grasp it. But if you find that changing 3 things at a time is overwhelming, then try and change 1 thing at a time. You know, baby steps. The next thing is to invite something new into your life. It could be anything. For example, a new hobby. I hated reading and I wasn't a fan of yoga. But I chose to invite these things into my life. And was it a good decision? Yep. Now, I know there are already some of you who are like, I don't have time to start a new hobby. Well, here's a little bit of homework for you to do. Starting from tomorrow, you're going to write down everything you do from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to bed. This might sound a little bit weird, but trust me. Now, once you've done that, you're going to take a moment to just analyze all the parts in your day where you could have utilized that time for something useful, you know? For example, if somebody was like scrolling through Instagram, I'm not pointing any fingers, okay? I'm not pointing fingers now, but you know, maybe if somebody was scrolling on Instagram for like 2 hours, maybe you could have used half of that time to maybe start on your hobby. Okay, let's do it like this. Let me just point fingers at myself then. See, let me make you better, and let me just point fingers at myself then. I think it's better that way. So for example, when I did this analysis, I found that I was actually on social media platforms for a lot of hours. So you know when you go on TikTok and then you feel like you've watched enough videos, so then you try to leave the app, but the app just keeps on showing you more and more interesting videos, and then the next thing you've noticed, you spent like 3 hours on TikTok. Yeah, that used to be me. But then I realized that I could have utilized half of that time for something useful like my new hobby. So the next morning, I decided to start my day off as usual. I prayed, of course. And then afterwards, instead of scrolling through Instagram or reading emails, I decided to start off my day by reading, which was one of my hobbies. I started reading one of my favorite self-help books in the morning, and I just loved how I really felt good afterwards. It was just feeding my brain good and positive energy. It motivated me to just have a great day. Then afterwards, I would go onto my phone to check my calendar, to see what I have planned or scheduled for the day. It's not to scroll on Instagram, not yet. We're not there yet. And then I'd go and shower and eat. And then I'd check my emails. Here's a little tip. Never open your emails when you just woke up. It'll ruin your day, especially if you get an upsetting email. Period. The next thing is discipline and rewards. This step is a catalyst that can help you reach your goal a little bit faster. I'm going to start off with the one that sounds scary, which is discipline. Yes, for some of you, you might view it in a negative way, but discipline is something we all should invite into our lives, because it allows us to stay focused on our goals and to improve ourselves. But your discipline is your discipline. You decide what works for you. Rewards. I love rewards. Normalize giving yourself rewards after a task, no matter how big or small it is. If you have that reward at the back of your head while you're doing your task, there's no doubt you won't get it done. For example, I normally treat myself to a snack or just anything delicious. I love it. I love it. I love it so much. The next thing is your new environment. As you start to change, your environment is definitely going to change, and you shouldn't be alarmed by that. And don't be afraid to cut off people who are not accepting or ridiculing the new you, or those that just have a problem with your new journey. In your new environment, I want you to start setting new and improved boundaries. Raise your standards, girl. You deserve it. And intensify your self-worth. In this new environment, you should not allow people to treat you as your old self, or else they'll just drag you back to that same person you've been working so hard to improve. And please, don't allow anyone to walk all over you. The last thing that I want to talk about is triggers. I don't really have much to say about this, but I ran across an article on how triggers can be used as a tool for self-growth. I noticed that it's very important for us to not turn a blind eye on them, but you could maybe try to work with your triggers instead of always being at war with them. Also take some time to analyze what really causes them and take baby steps to improve. Remember, we're not perfect, but we can always learn and grow one step at a time. If you've enjoyed this video, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you are enjoying my content so far. Help me grow this channel by subscribing. Only you can do it. It's only possible through you.